Sagittarius, what's going on? Well, you guys know this is Scorpio season. Sagittarius, for my Sagittarius risings out there, Scorpio is your 12th house. So, Sagittarius, you may have been going through some really um, deep or secret things that you usually don't let worry you, Sagittarius, or that you usually don't find yourself caught up on emotionally. So you can find, I do find sometimes with Sagittariuses, because you guys, you can be sort of worry warts. Sometimes Jupiter has a tendency to expand everything it touches. So Sagittarius, when you're in a bad mood, you can truly be in a bad mood. Or when you're in a depressive state, you can truly be in a depressive state. And when you're having a breakdown, you can truly have a breakdown. And Scorpio season may have very well brought some of these things on for you, especially with Scorpio being in your 12th. And then we had, so it's a very deep emotional thinking sign. And then we had that new moon and everything in Scorpio. So I think it brought out a lot of deep. And then we had Mercury retrograde on October 31st, which was also during the time of the veil being thin, this whole like Halloween thing, and just that energy where spirits or the unconscious or things you think about in your subconscious mind kind of come up, they creep up, things that may have seemed like they were thoughts that may have seemed like they were buried deep within, things that may more so come from spirit. So communication, that can even be communication from ancestors or loved ones or things of that nature. So just those kind of communications, just all of those secret and hidden things happening in the 12th house of Scorpio for you, Sagittarius. And that also could mean certain things that have to go on, dealing with things of confinement, even if it's your feelings. That house of Neptune, that 12th house that is ruled by Pisces, which it's not bad to have Scorpio on that house. It is originally a water house, but it could be a difficult area to process some thoughts and emotions and see reality. It could lead you to feel trapped sometimes, trapped in your thoughts, or it could sort of put limits on you, whereas Sagittarius is pretty limitless. So that's interesting. So I'm going to try to put the astrology here. I'm going to try to add that, but if I don't, I'm going to go over it really quick. And if I do add the astrology chart, I will cut this part out. So I just want to touch on some of the transits that are coming up in November. For Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, anywhere you got heavy Sagittarius energy. When I talk about the houses, this is assuming you have Sag in the first house. Sag when you're rising. So Venus is going to be in your sign this month, Sag, which is awesome. Venus in your first house, or Venus in any house, makes you feel more attractive. It makes you even that much more adventurous. It just brings a good vibe to you, Sag, a positive vibe. Sometimes Sages can be a little pessimistic, but that should bring you a positive vibe. So on the 5th, and now that's on the 1st where Venus is going to enter Sagittarius. So Venus will be moving through your sign in November. Then on the 5th, Mars in Libra, which is your 11th house, is going to square Pluto in Capricorn, which is your second house. So there may have been some associations, some friends, something you're associated with that may have taking your money. You've been really out going on and spending a lot of money, maybe a lot of money to impress people or something like that. Or maybe some people outside of yourself or from some association that you're a part of have made you question yourself, or maybe question your values or something like that. So you may be going through some different things with authority figures, associations, and things of that nature, or really getting what you want, Sagittarius. So on November the 8th, Saturn in Capricorn, again, that's your second house, is going to sextile Neptune in Pisces. So don't let anybody get your self-worth down. Don't let anybody make you feel as though they're better than you or they have something over you. I think Neptune may try to deceive you in believing that that's true, or whoever says that has a point or something like that, but that's just not true. Sag, stay positive and keep your head up through the month. We will be through this emotional and sappy Scorpio season soon. Even though I do love Scorpio season, please make no mistake about it. On November the 9th, Mercury in Scorpio again, which is the 12th house, is going to sextile Pluto in Capricorn, which is your second. So maybe you can start to have some conversations and start to resolve some of these deep issues. If you need to have a conversation about a relationship or how you really feel about something and express your true feelings, Sagittarius, that would be a good time to do that. And then on the 11th, the sun in Scorpio is going to conjunct Mercury in Scorpio. Again, that's another good time for communicating about things that are deep, things that affect you, maybe some things you kept hidden or kept secret from somebody, some things that really need to come out and you need to talk about. Now, on November the 12th, there's going to be a full moon in Taurus. Yay. So Taurus for you guys is going to be your 8th house. So with Taurus being your 8th house, again, I feel like a lot of things for Sagittarius this month is going to be what you've loaned out, what you've given, what people may owe you back, questions about somebody who has something held over you or something that you are dependent upon somebody for. So if you loan money to somebody, maybe you're waiting to get that money back. Maybe somebody holds your fate in their hands as far as like a job or something for you to get to the next level in your life, or in just your goals or your matriculation, whatever it is that you're serious about or that you really want to do or that you have a love for, or that you're passionate about, Sagittarius. So the full moon in Taurus, that may bring up some decisions, some outcomes, some things like that for you guys to look at. And this may have to do with in-laws, money, debts that you owe, even looking deep, finding out something deep, like all of those deep Scorpio type emotions and 12th house stuff we just talked about. All of that stuff may be coming up and really revealing itself in a deep way, and in a deep way that has to do with emotions and what you truly feel around that full moon in Taurus on the 12th, because again, that's your 8th house. So you also may find yourself trying to close karmic issues with people and just trying to settle it out. Like I said, it doesn't necessarily have to be money, but if there's something that somebody has hold that they're holding over you, or they're making you feel like you're bound to the situation that you don't really want to be bound to in this particular way, that may come to light. It may be a topic of discussion around November the 12th. So then, let's see. On the 13th, the sun in Scorpio is going to sextile Pluto in Capricorn. Again, that's your 12th and your second house. So just changes. I feel like this is a big money and self-worth and what I've given out versus what I'm owed month for you, Sagittarius. So you're really going to see some changes come in regards to your money, even home and things of that nature. Okay, so let's see what else is coming up. On the 14th, Venus in your sign, in your sign of Sagittarius is going to square Neptune and Pisces. Again, don't let anybody make you feel bad for who you are. Be yourself. Express your total self, Sagittarius. And this might be not seeing something clearly or a haze coming over you in regards to, one second, let me see something. In regards to something that's going on with yourself versus your home. So this could be that situation where work has inserted itself. Maybe that person that has you bound to something is in the home. There just seems to be some kind of push and pull when it comes to relationships, love, what you value, what you're passionate about, and then what's going on in your home life and your home structure, Sagittarius. So stay grounded. Don't let any of that stuff throw you off track, because then on November the 5th, Venus is going to use all the love that you can and try to take all the positive that you can in November before Venus moves out of your sign. So with Venus moving into Capricorn, now Venus has gone from Sagittarius to the south into that second house. So maybe now you see some of your money coming back. You see things smooth over with any government things you are involved with, any taxes, any debts that you're owed, you kind of got that situation straight, or you're getting along better with your boss at work, which is always good. And then there's going to be your new moon on November the 26th. There's going to be a new moon in Sagittarius. So that's just a time to feel refreshed, renewed, all of the things you got. So from November 1st, there may be some things that go on that kind of bother you in November. They kind of go against the grain, that are kind of getting on your nerves, and you feel like they won't quite let you move forward. They're kind of keeping you bound, and you just want to shoot off like the rocket, like the centaur that you are. But around the 26th, you should feel like you can loosen up your collar a little bit, and you guys feel like some of the issues that you dealt with earlier in November have subsided. And then November the 27th, Neptune is going to go direct in Pisces. So maybe whatever was going on a home front, I'm feeling like something has Sagittarius bound and uncomfortable, whether that be relationships, the people and the partners that you're in your house with. So your children, your kids, if you live with in-laws, anything like that is giving you some issues in November. And I feel like once that a Neptune in Pisces goes direct in that fourth house, you'll see some of these things more clearly and see ways to work them out better. Okay? And I think that's what I have for Sagittarius as far as the astrology transits for November go. But let's get into your tarot reading. I'm just going to look at a little bit of everything. I don't know if this is love. I don't know if it's money. And I don't know if it's career. But we are going to see. Let's see, Sagittarius. Like I said, I just saw the Five of Wands kind of flip over. I'm not going to take it. I'm just going to keep shuffling. If it comes back out, it was meant to be. But Five of Wands, just talking about some of that aggressive, that back and forth, the petty squabbles, whatever's keeping you uncomfortable and arguing and fighting, Sagittarius. That's what I just saw in the Five of Wands. And speaking of, out comes the Ten of Wands. So burdens, carrying your burdens. Maybe you got to move. Maybe something's going on at home where you are either moving house or you have to move out of your house or things like that. So you're just carrying a lot of weight in November, Sagittarius, that you're looking to put down. You're looking to release. But again, maybe you are building something. Maybe you're building something, business, home. You're coming to a cycle of completion. So whatever the burdens are, whatever is going on, and you find yourself moving or carrying these burdens from place to place, you're going to be able to put them down. And that may mean letting something go. That may mean letting something go. I think I've briefly touched on spirituality and some things that may be going on with you, Sagittarius, is of a spiritual nature, or looking at yourself, or trying to find the value in yourself. And it may have to do with some secret fears you have and some things you have hidden. But maybe in November, when you go into this deep, because Scorpio is going to make everybody go deep, whether you guys want to or not, whether you are typically usually emotional or feeling sort of people or not. And maybe it's that you guys have to cut yourself loose from some associations, some groups, some things that may have not been as beneficial for you as you thought. So a cutting away from some sort of group, some sort of tie, some sort of affiliation, some sort of belief, or some sort of marriage partnership. But it will be all good in the end. There will be a choice. Like I said, towards the end of November, around the time of the new Sagittarius new moon on the 26th, it's a new way of seeing yourself. It's putting some things in perspective. It's closing a chapter and opening a new one. And again, I'm not going to take these cards because these kind of fell out. That's the last card I was really going to do for the Rider Waite. But the Five of Wands did fall out again. So you guys are going to stop arguing about things from the past, about things that you know you cannot change. And you guys are going to move on. And it may take money. It may take more money than you think you had. It may not be cheap. It may kind of be a little costly, but you work hard for this, Sagittarius. So I think that you're definitely going to have a new opportunity But you guys may be breaking some sort of lease, contracts, commitments, and things like that. So I do see Sagittarius is moving home. I do see Sagittarius is getting opportunities to renegotiate, start new contracts, and new things, whether that be relationships, business, or whatever the case. I do see there being a sense of freedom once you release some of those 12 house things we sort of talked about, Sagittarius. Sorry, I was shuffling the wrong deck. I think I want to do these next. So I just want to get a little bit more clarity on the Rider-Waite cards and really see what's the next layer of the situation for you guys. So let me just rustle and tussle this a little bit more. Yeah, moving towards freedom. Moving towards freedom. Moving towards new possibilities. There's definitely a new experience that is culminating, or you finally come to some sort of finish point, or somewhere where you're like so close, Sagittarius. So keep, even if it's hard, I know it may be hard, I know it may be a struggle. We did talk about those struggles, but keep moving ahead, Sagittarius, because I see that you are going to have an opportunity for success in whatever this is that you're doing. And I feel like it does have to do with other people, commitments and contracts that you have with other people. And on top of the 10 of Wands, I got the King of Pentacles. So Sagittarius, this may be towards Virgo, Capricorn, that you're dealing with a business situation or a money situation. Maybe there's a business situation that has taken, you've invested a lot of money into. And the King of Autumn says, be assertive when it comes to what you know is right. Everything going your way. A good person or company to work for. So things are going to get better in the employment, in the business. If this is you guys changing jobs, moving jobs, starting your own businesses, doing your own things, I think you're going to have some financial success. But let's see what this Hierophant, what this 5 in reverse is trying to say. What is the 5? And again, that may be a Capricorn, Taurus, or Virgo that's going to help you out this month, Sagittarius. So let's see what the Hierophant. And then a lot of things having to do with money. I think a lot of this situation has to do with money, commitments, contracts, and your work life versus your home life, Sagittarius. So the next card that we got was the 8 of Pentacles. And the 8 of Pentacles, like I said, this could have been something, whatever you were attached to, could have been something that you had been attached to for a long time. And you feel like you want to let it go. There's some sort of contract or negotiation or alliance that you guys are not too sure about at this time. And the 8 of Autumn says, do more research before proceeding. Education in the form of seminars, going back to school, or apprenticeships. Excellent craftsmanship and long-term projects. So maybe you guys are breaking away from the notion of doing something short-term and realizing you need to move into the long-term with it. Maybe you guys are relying on your own knowledge right now. Maybe you guys are dropping out of some sort of school or something like that. And the advice is just to kind of make sure you know everything about what it is you're getting into, because I see Sagittarius, you may be trying to drop out of some sort of education, some sort of formal way of doing something and just going off the cuff and doing it yourself. But make sure before you do that, that you've done all your research, and that you got all of your ducks in a row so that everything works out. And if that means going back to school, getting some more education, getting business licenses, getting this, that, or the other, then you'll have to do that. If that means taking like a first time home by a counseling class or something, then do that, because it will bring, it will come in handy when it's time for you to make your move, when it comes to this World card. So let's just see what we got on a World card. And again, we talked about new beginnings. We have the Ace of Wands, getting your passion back, getting your energy back, finding yourself after letting go or dropping a few of your burdens, Sagittarius. And the Ace of Spring says it's time to take action. Be fearless and happy. pursue your most treasured dreams, amazing career opportunities. So whatever's going on in business, with your self-worth, with your money, with those taxes, those debts, and those things we talked about that you may owe, or that may be creeping up in the beginning of November, your efforts and everything you do to satisfy these situations before you get to that new moon at the end of November is going to pay off. So there's definitely going to be a passionate new beginning in really whatever direction you're going to turn. I think you're going to find that you have more options on the table than you may have thought, Sagittarius. It's just going to take you to get out of your own way, and you may be going through something where you don't want to make a commitment, you don't want to go further, or you want to do something non-traditional. So maybe taking an alternative way will lead to some good results, but definitely a passion. um, every card here talks about long-term projects and career. So Sagittarius, whatever you're working on, I think is going to bring you some success and some money, and it's something that you're actually passionate about. Will, will, money, will. There may be a Capricorn, Taurus, and Virgo that's going to help you out with some money. It doesn't have to be their sun sign. This could be their moon, their rising, Venus, Mercury, Mars, Saturn, wherever they have heavy energy in earth signs of the chart. So I definitely think there's going to be someone that comes along and it's helping you out, Sagittarius, because you have stuck in there, you have hung in there, and you're committed to making things happen. So that is what's going on with that. I think you have the will to make things happen, and somebody may have even left you something in the will, left you a home you're moving to. They could have left you some financial burdens too. Hopefully that is not the case, and maybe you guys have to plan and see how you are going to deal with that. Okay, but I think you've been holding on really tight, you've been working really hard at this thing. So I think you're going to find that things are going to pay off in the end. And again, you may have a Capricorn, Taurus, or Virgo, particularly a Taurus, that may be helping you guys out with money or this month. And you just want to trust the process. Excuse me. Trust your trust the facts. Be practical. Because I have a lot of earth cards here, I would have said trust your intuition. This is a moon deck, and this does have to do with intuition. So you always want to listen to your gut, which I believe Sagittarius is due 9 times out of 10. But it's also about being very practical. You may not want to quite let go of what's stable and what you're committed to until you do all your facts, and then you can let it go. You might not want to break contracts, get out of contracts, or renege and go back on things until you've done all your research, you have all your facts, or you have another plan in place. So if you have a backup or something like that, then that's a time when you can think about breaking whatever commitments that you have. But right now, it's going to take trust. It's going to take trust in your partners, your children, your business partners, the current situation that you're in. Have trust and appreciate the process and where you are, and then you'll find that these new opportunities and everything is just going to like magically lighten up for you. Lighten up for you, Sagittarius. I definitely have a feeling that that's going to happen. So let's see. Last card is realization. Yes, realization, a realization of your dreams, a realization of your hard work and being practical and your practical plans going into motion. It's the realization. So at the end of the month, when you get that new moon, you'll realize this is a whole new beginning, Sagittarius, but it's not out of the blue. This is something that you have planned and that you have worked for that has now come to fruition, and it's allowing you to go down this path after coming from a difficult time where you've had to find yourself. Usually when Sagittarius would like to kind of escape or go off or just they don't hesitate to take on new opportunities and to follow and pursue their dreams. I think it may have been a little difficult because you've had to be very practical in whatever business dealings that you've been dealing with. So managing money, finances, taking care of yourself, and also trying to pursue whatever this dream, adventure, or business goal that you have. And I think at the end of the month, it's going to come into a realization, and it may revolve around three people. So maybe you have three people at your job that you deal with, business partners, and it's three of you guys. Maybe with you and your two kids, it is three of you. So something is coming to fruition with a brand new passionate opportunity at the end of the month. And also, because we have this realization, we have the Ace of Spring, and I had the World. Some of you Sagittarius may be expecting a third child, or you, your husband, a child. You and your husband, or you and your significant other, you and your wife, you and your long-term girlfriend, boyfriend partnership are expecting a baby at the end of this month around a new moon, and that could be your new moon surprise, Sagittarius. So guys, I just want to thank you for hanging in there with me. Don't forget to support me. If you like the video, if you can relate to anything I said, give it a thumbs up, share the video, subscribe, and don't forget to visit the store, Earth Sky Store, and check out just everything we have out there for you guys, for your spiritual needs and everything like that. Incense, crystal stones, all kinds of little goodies and collectibles and things like that. And I really want to thank you guys for tuning in to Frequency Real Radio. This is Madam X, and I am out. See you, Sagittarius. Have a really, really great November, and happy birthday. Have an awesome Earth Day, Sagittarius. This is your time. This is your month. Enjoy.